Hello there, I'm Krooked and I do stuff, and this is Unscripted, the series where I take a completely unscripted look at games and give it a 1 through 10 rating. This is Tiny Toons Wild and Wacky Sports on the Super Nintendo. This is a game that I absolutely adored growing up. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Couldn't get over it. Would play it with all my friends as much as I could. I don't know why it says 2-player. There's only me. Anyways, I'm going to be Buster. Yeah. So the game is 2-player if you want to play 2-player. It's kind of like a minigame thing. It starts off with an ice cream throw. Hampton, tells you about all the games. It gives you the rules beforehand. This is kind of like Mario Party before Mario Party, you know what I mean? And, gosh, I love this game. So you gotta throw your ice creams. Yeah, I'm not cheating. The computer's just really bad at this. And, yeah, you basically have to go through and win all the minigames. You don't have to get first place for every single one, but if you don't, it makes it a little bit harder later in the game. Oh no! I lost points! Wow, these guys are really, really bad. I almost feel bad for destroying them as hard as I am. Like, Dizzy's only hitting one, Plucky's hit 4, Babs just failed. Wow. So, this is the first one, obviously it gives you a nice, easy introduction to it. Everyone basically won this one except Plucky here. So, if you're wondering why Plucky looks all sad and everyone looks happy, it's because Plucky lost. There's bonuses, just like in Mario Party. $250 to qualify. No one qualified except me. But they're still going to be in everything later on, because if they were just like, oh, well, haha, Buster won, game over, that would be game over. I hate the chicken dash. This is... You have to, get your speed up and then run. And it's not hard to, get it up, but it is really hard to run and not overshoot where you're trying to go. I'm just trying to get this to be where I... Yeah, okay. So you do that, and you gotta stop. Nope, I went too far. Wow, it has the classic Konami pause sound that's in all of their games from this era. It's made by Konami, so this is a fantastic game. Graphically, it looks just like Tiny Toons. This looks like it's taken directly from the show. You couldn't get any better than that. There's no voice acting or anything, but the sounds are pretty good. You can tell what's going on. It makes it sound like it's an actual competitive environment, which is also good. Oh man, 250 exact. I think that's a reused sound from other Konami games, not just Tiny Toon games as well. So I barely passed this time. But I have a lot of points from my other success, so it's not that big of a deal. The weightlifting is just like the last challenge, because you yeah, you lift the barbell and then you try not to drop it. Like I said, this is just a collection of mini games, and it controls honestly pretty well. It's not hard to really know what to do when you're doing it. For this one, you want to get your speed up, or the meter up a bit, and then you want to try to get it as close to the arrow as possible. What that's going to do is allow you to kind of get a critical. Aw, poor Babs. And Dizzy doesn't get all super buff, but like look at Buster and Plucky, which is, a trait from Tiny Toons. This game has a lot of the humor of Tiny Toons, and honestly, it's just a fun game. Especially when you have a friend to play with. Like, this game can get intense because you're trying to compete with each other and get the best scores and do everything absolutely fantastic, but it's not easy to do. And then it gets into like the random luck stuff that we're going to get into here in a second, and you just go, wait, this isn't, no. That's Tiny Toons Wild Wacky Sports. This was called something else in different territories, and I think even different versions in the US, where it was like Tiny Toon Sports Championship or something like that, but it's the same game. And after this, I believe we go into the areas where... Oh, no, there's 3. So this one gives you a whole bunch of chances. Each event, of course, has different qualifying. Now it's like to see who's better between me and Plucky. It's me. Just in case you're wondering. Oh, he wants to do that, huh? Okay. Whew, whoever gets a first here is gonna get it. Yeah, beat him. So, after you beat all of the first rounds of challenges, you have to go through it again and beat all of the challenges again. But there's a few different ones that they implement, and there's a few different things that you have to do, and it's a pain. So with this, if you can get it to the maximum level and hit it directly on the arrow, you end up getting, like, the challenge one. I'm gonna try. Here we go. Nope. But that's fine. That one's really hard to get. Yeah. Bonus. So I clearly qualified. And it kind of goes through that every single time. Makes it fun. Oh, the saucers are... Yeah, there's so many events here. So, I don't know if I'm going to get to the crazy ones where you have to... It tells you how to do it and everything else, too. Where you have to, like, jump on Montana Max's thing and do all this other nonsense, but... Overall, this is a fun game. It's one where I think you're going to have more fun if you play with someone rather than just playing alone. But it's still a really fun game. I've always liked playing it alone just because I didn't always have someone to play with. And it's been one of my favorite games ever. In terms of a score, because it does get incredibly hard later, and some people may not be super comfortable with just button mashing, and it gets a lot harder as you get older, without a doubt too. I would give it probably like a 7.5 out of 10, just because it's not a perfect game, but it's a really good game, and I think everyone will enjoy it. But the button mashing can really bring it down for some people, because it's not easy to just mash buttons all the time. Modern games have ways for you to get around that, but older games, they didn't understand that you don't want to just mash buttons all day. So, with all of that, if you like this game, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button so that way you never miss an episode of Unscripted. Click that notification bell so that way you'll be notified whenever a new episode of Unscripted comes out. And if you really want to support the channel more, you can always check out my Patreon. The link is in the description down below. Other than that, I do want to thank you for watching Unscripted, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye!